special ed teacher, and I had a little girl who I was working with. I call her Annalie, and Annalie's reputation really preceded her. So, from talking to her grandmother, who was her legal guardian, and her previous teacher, and reading all the paperwork that I had on Annalie, I could tell that she was going to be doing a lot of limit testing, not following directions, and that she could be very aggressive with the other children as well as with adults, right? That she didn't like to be told what to do, and so that could often escalate to aggression towards adults. And she had a language delay, so in terms of negotiating play scenarios with her peers, trying to get materials and so on, she often resorted to grabbing because she didn't have a lot of language, and that could escalate into a physical altercation.
Mhm.
So with Anna Lee, I really did exactly what you're suggesting, Vanessa, that I focused on prevention and on building the relationship, which you also mentioned. So before I even got into, how can I prevent her hitting another child at a certain time of day and that kind of behavior planning, I really just focused on let me play with Anna Lee be at the beginning of center time before we see any challenging behavior. And what I quickly was able to do, and honestly, this was a child I was rather intimidated by. And I saw some of that behavior in the first few days, and I could feel like physiologically that reactiveness that you're describing. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to go over to the housekeeping area, which she loves, and I'm going to join her in her play. And she very quickly instructed me to sit down in one of the chairs. And anytime I would try to move or stand up, she would say, move. And I, it took me actually, I was a little slow on the uptake with this, but eventually I realized that she had put me in timeout, which I think was something that Annalie experienced at her. She went to a different school than I saw her at in the morning. So I think she at home and at the other school, she was in timeout a lot. So just by joining her in play and giving her the opportunity to sort of be the boss of me and put me in timeout as a play scenario, and I kind of played with that a little bit and did some limit testing with her, and um we just developed this rapport to where she was much more willing to listen to my directions, and I was able to work with her with much less limit testing and therefore much less aggression because those two things were often linked. So that would just be an example of where it wasn't that I was even getting into like teaching her how to self-regulate yet, or like
Mhm.
those things are all necessary and good too. So it wasn't teaching her like a replacement behavior even. I was just simply forming that rapport with her, and that in and of itself really changed a lot in terms of the behavior I saw from her.